What's going on, guys? Mitch here. Today we're taking the Cervelo S5 out for its exact first ride. I have not even pedaled it outside on the street, nothing like that. It's in its complete stock form, and I'm just going for a shake loose ride. That's going to be me going for a ride, checking it out, seeing what works, what doesn't. I've adjusted the stem, I've done the saddle, I've done a lot of miniature little things according to my measurements, but nothing compares to doing the real thing. So that's her. I know on the last vlog I introduced you guys to her. And this is what we're going to go out on today and see what we can kind of, have some fun with and get started with. So let's get going, and I'll see you out there and we'll go have some fun. Alright guys, so we're out on the ride. I just did my first kind of, I guess, work set on the bike. And it's a fast bike. Like, right away you notice the rear end is stiffer than any of the bikes I've ridden by a landslide. Zero flex. Wrong side of the road. Alright guys, so we have stopped to catch a little bit of a break. I'm trying to find where the sun is, and I think it's right above me. Yeah, so the S5, it's quick. It's really quick. I actually can't believe how easily it holds 40-ish kilometers an hour, 40, 45. It really seems to like that. Especially versus the tarmacs, the SL7s, SL8s, where they really like to get up to speed, but once you're at speed, it's like, well, it's a bit of a struggle, I find. This guy, it's a bit of a struggle at the low speed, but once you kind of get it rolling, get it going, and you get it flying, it punches into the 50s very quickly without much more effort. So that's kind of the first impression. The 12-speed force group set feels very much the same as the old Axis 12-speed force. I don't really have a whole lot of complaints. The rear might need to be trimmed just a little bit, but it shifts fine. The gear range seems to be very good as well out of the box, which is, let's see here, 48-35, which is nice. As I mentioned, I dropped the spacers on the front. I cut down half of them, which, as you can see, it's still a little high, but compared to the SL8, it's like 20 mils lower than what I'm used to. 20, which is quite a bit. So I figure, you know what, I've got a little room to go up or down either way. I know the Cervelo guys out there are gonna say, oh, Mitch, you got to cut it down. You got to run that thing raw dog. And I agree, it looks better. But for me, I got to get there. So I'll get there. As it sits now, it's really not that bad. I found that adjusting the spacers out of here was so easy. 3 bolts, boom, boom, boom. This pops off, and then you just literally pull the spacers out and make the change as you need to. So that was actually really cool and easy. These rubber bumpers on top here are pretty useless. I think those are going to find their way out off the bike at some point because they just literally sit on top. What else have I first noticed? The rear end of the bike is just obscenely stiff in a way I've never ridden. It's so responsive and so zero effort wasted as you get up to speed. I actually can't believe that part of it. It really holds it really quickly, and yeah, it's good. So I only went through one section really fast. I'd say, a 90% effort. Mind you, I did an hour and a half this morning on the trainer, so I don't know what kind of speed I can lay down, but it'd be interesting to see if there was a PR done or not. It was, first of all, it's like 9 degrees Celsius. It's cold as hell right now, and I've already worked out today, and it's a recovery week, so we'll see what that looks like. If there's anything, I'll overlay it. But otherwise, bike's fast, and I'm excited, man. So let's keep rolling and keep riding down the road here, and let's keep experiencing this bad boy. All right, so I'm gonna ride on back here and kind of get to know this a little bit. and see what I can notice, and kind of pay a little more attention to the bike than just riding into a headwind like I currently am. So let's make our way back, and then I'll debrief with you guys and my overall thoughts when I get back. All right guys, so we are back from the maiden voyage on the Cervelo S5 2024 model. And let me tell you, I haven't uploaded anything, haven't looked at any data, no clue what any of that's going to look like, but I can tell you from my, average person's, first kind of take on the bike, it's very fast, it's very aggressive, and it likes to be at speed. It would be like, if someone's going to ask me, hey, hey Mitch, is this going to be like a really great daily driver? And you say, yeah, you know what? I know guys that, daily drive an Audi R8 and you can do it, but they really like to go fast versus, a Toyota Camry or something, or I guess like a Honda Civic or something. But, it's a very high performance bike first and foremost. That's what I noticed right away. It's rough, it's tight in the back end, there's no flex. Power transfer is immediate, and forgiveness, like on the Athos behind me here, is people really like forgiveness and roughness support. But to me, that means a complete lack of power transfer. Where that's made up, I find, is the front end on this bike. The handlebar, the stem, I think, is actually what does a lot of flexing, kind of like side to side a little bit. And that's where I noticed this bike on the front end on the rougher stuff. Some of that support is actually provided up on the stem versus down here, there's none. It's very rough, very fast, and really, really fun. I'm excited. I'm excited for 2024 and kind of see what this old guy can do with his bike. I think it's going to be a high performance year, and I've got the bike for it. So I'm stoked to tell you guys more about this bike, kind of get to know it as we kind of get going through the season and compare it against the SL8, SL7. And I don't know if there's really a fair comparison with this guy here. This is more of a coffee ride, go cruise type thing. Comparatively, it's a completely different bike. So first Cervelo, guys. This is first ride on my first Cervelo. I'm really excited. So leave what you think below, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe and follow me through the season here as I get to know this bike and hopefully make some fitness gains, some PRs, and more than anything, all the thumbs up from great times this summer coming up. So I'm stoked, man. All right, well, have yourselves a great week, and we'll see you Thursday with something else. Probably, I don't know, bottle cages or saddle or something related to this bike. I can almost guarantee it. All right, see you guys.